Hey, welcome back. We're back in the laboratory. Did a little experimentation in part 4 yesterday on that custom rifle by John Beanland in 7mm Remington SAUM. Short action ultra mag for you people that aren't into the anagrams. That was part 4 doing the shooting, and you got to see the results as they happened. This is a short part 5. Just to kind of give you a little more data on that and let you know where we're headed in the next part of the series. And I hope you're enjoying it, and I hope you're having a good Memorial Day weekend. There ain't a better time for it. And we had some pretty nice conditions yesterday. They weren't absolutely optimum. We had some things that occurred that forced us to make some adjustments, and I really don't think it affected the rifle all that much, because man, that thing, whew. That's a shooter. That man, I tell you what, John Beanland built a gun. Mr. Beanland from Gould, Oklahoma builds a fine rifle. And it just never ceases to amaze me, the things this thing is doing. We did our first accuracy trial yesterday. First accuracy trial with just the very first bullet, the very first powder load with some varying cartridge overall lengths. You saw those fired and saw the results from those, and I figure some of you might be looking for a little bit of data on those. And I don't blame you. I wanted the data too. And this video is not sponsored by anybody, certainly not by these people, but I like the cup. Some awesome things occurred. Like I said, we had some things we had to deal with. My normal shooting site wasn't available due to the fact that, well, there was a whole bunch of heavy cranes and equipment and things like that parked downrange from it for some wind turbine work and installation that's going to be going on. So we had to set up in a different spot. I didn't get to set up in an optimum spot. I didn't get to set at an absolute 100. We set at 74 yards. We had wind coming about 12, on average 12 to 13 miles per hour, 10, 15 degrees off of our right, sometimes a little less. But all in all, this rifle presented itself in absolute professional fashion, and it printed some awesome little groups. Now, I'm not going to bore you with all of the technical details. I'll just take you down to this. Now, there were some rounds that I knew were flyers. As soon as I pulled the trigger, I knew the shot was bad because I was moving or something was happening, and I knew that, so I called those. With the exception of those called flyers, this rifle's printing groups that are just phenomenal for a first accuracy test on a bullet weight that's really lower than what I intend to use the rifle for, but hey, if it works, it works. I think I'm homed in on the note already for my accuracy. I'd like to call your attention, and you probably saw it in the video, on that third string that I fired. That group of 3 shots up here minus this called flyer, when I said I'm pretty sure I pulled that one, I did. This top group right here, center to center, 0.003. Edge to edge, 0.287. Now, this is 7mm. It's got a 0.284 diameter bullet. Baby, come pet my cat. Lord. And it showed itself off in fine fashion. The largest group of fireds. Is this absolutely acceptable for any other gun group? 0.121 center to center, less than half an inch, sub-minute of angle. There's a little specialty right here. You can see this one. Sometimes you'll have a load that just seems to do that, just back and forth from one side to the other. And I thought that's what this one was doing, but when I reviewed the footage, I noticed something. The first shot landed here, the subsequent second and third shot landed here. and the fourth shot came back to this hole. I don't know if that was me or the load. But if it was, then that means that this load that fired a center to center .010 group's a damn fine group as well. So it's in my consideration bag maybe, but all of them just immensely fine, immensely fine. And I'm just tickled pink to be getting results like this. Now, I think where we're headed in the final testing for this bullet, I'm going to go ahead and load 10 rounds. This load right here. Set it at that cartridge overall length. And I'm going to go out and shoot them puppies at twice the distance we shot yesterday and see what kind of results we get. And if that result that it turns in is less than twice the figure here, I think I'm going to call that my 162 grain load. And I'll go ahead and have 10 more loaded up to run through the chronograph and get a good extreme spread, standard deviation, and average muzzle velocity. I think I'll be done testing that load. I'm pretty sure I will. And if something goes awry, well, we'll step back one, load a few more rounds, do some more testing. I'm going to try to do that testing off something a little more stable than what we were on. It was just a kind of a sawhorse tabletop platform that my shooting buddy Mike's had for a long time. It works great and it gets pretty damn solid. But it'd be nice to just go ahead and get laid out on something absolute concrete and see what it would really do. And I know where I can go to do that too. So, all right, well, that's the data. Ain't it fine? Ain't it fine? I think I'm going to love the hell out of this gun. Mr. Beanland, toast. You, sir, make one hell of a fine rifle. All right, also, I got to finally let Mike in on the secret that I'd been keeping about the fact that I had one of these in the makings, because he's where I found out about John Beanland. And I'm going to tell you something. I've had some jobs where in operational security and being able to keep a secret was tantamount, and if you couldn't, well, it was treason. But I'm going to let you know one of the hardest secrets I ever kept was not telling Mike that I had one of these rifles being built. And I got that on camera, him getting introduced to it, and it was pretty cool. So I'm going to put it in here, and I hope you guys like it. And I'm looking forward to making what will actually be part 6, because we're going to do a trial or retrial on this load and see what we come up with and see if this bad boy does what I think this bad boy is going to do. All right, you guys have a great day. Come back to see us shortly, probably next weekend. You guys have a great Memorial Day. Stay safe, take care of yourself, love one another. Today's my birthday. Pass it on. Here you go. I'm in the truck for you. Yeah, I've been waiting quite a number of months to get this load testing done. And I think it's going to be good. Because this is...
That's your blackout?
This is a new load. Well, we're going to look at this new load. Did a ladder test with these the other day.
Man. Oh, shit. still can't quite read.
7mm Remington short action ultra mag, baby.
I was wondering what that was. God damn.
You think that's goddamn?
Let me see it. Oh, nice, man. Oh, you got you one of them. Is it one of those Harrell? Is that a Harrell?
Area 419 Sidewinder.
Oh,
right there.
Man, nice, Brad. God damn, hell yes. Nice.
You recognize this name?
Beanland?
Yeah.
Got you a nice one. Guaranteed, baby.
I've been waiting months on this mother.
Yeah. Oh, I promise you, that son of a bitch is going to shoot like that one of mine. It's going to, God damn.
I guarantee it will.
Fucking A.
When you were down there clipping, did you look at that target, that one little group that's sitting there above the little pegs?
Actually, no, I didn't even look at it.
Well, there's a 10-shot group up above those little target pegs. And that was a ladder load. Every powder charge was different.
Oh, yeah.
In ascending order.
Yeah.
Well, you can cover that entire group of that ladder load with a quarter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God.
Dude, I mean it. Yeah. Oh, nice. Where'd you get the action? Did you buy that one out of those Midwest City? Boys that had those actions over there?
I ordered that from that place online with the Remington actions. It's Remington 700 short action with Magnum bolt face, Magnum extractor and all that. Yeah. And the barrel obviously is Krieger. Started out 30 inches. It's 28 now. Yeah, the HS Precision stock. And I when I got putting all this together, I had a loophole rail. Right. 0 degree loophole rail.
Right.
And medium loophole rings, steel. And I actually, with wire ties and tape, clobbered all this up together in a cradle to ensure that the scope would actually fit and be on there, because that barrel profile is the biggest profile they make. It's the heaviest. And everything went together right. Well, I'd already taken the parts to John, and it was a couple of months, and I thought, I'm going to want a 30 MOA on that. I won't absolutely need it, but I want it. So I got a Seekins 30 MOA with that integral recoil lug, got that for it. Well, when I got the rifle back, everything, was going on there great. And you could actually roll that scope onto that Seekins rail, and the bell housing would just touch. You couldn't get onion skin between them. So I had to get high rings. So I got high rings, no biggie. But I got to do something about this now, because that 30 MOA raise and the high rings, this don't fit like it did when I started out. But that's okay, because I've got that taken care of temporarily, and they make cheap pieces that you throw on there. Sure. But
and really now, it's everybody to their own, but really you could put a 20 MOA on that, and shoot out to you'll shoot out past 1,000 yards. Yeah. Especially with this.
Well, I can
enough velocity.
Oh yeah.
It's not so much like my 6.5.
Yeah.
This starts out a little faster. You'd probably.
Well, the load I'm looking at by book is 2,800 out of a 24-inch barrel. This barrel carries an extra 4 inches. I'm looking at probably a load that's half grain below max can ring out 3,000 feet per second with a 160, 162.
Yeah. And that'd carry like.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. What twist did you get on your barrel?
8.5.
Will that do that? That'll do those 180.
That'll stabilize anything I throw in here.
Yeah, that'll do the 180.
It'll stabilize the 190 VLDs.
Will it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should.
Right.
The science and the data say it should.
It will. It will.
Yeah. Yeah.
It will.
By several points over. Yeah, it will.
It'll be fine then. See, mine with that 9 1/4 twist on my Magnum.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
The 175s
open up a little. Yeah.
And on mine, those really the VLDs and stuff.
Yeah.
Really, I can't do the 180s. I can shoot those 168s, and it'll stabilize then. I know they will. They'll stabilize. But
I'm just so tickled at how that.
oh, dude.
Oh man, that's sweet. Let me tell you.
And what's your load now? What kind of powder? What are you doing here?
H4831 SC.
Yeah.
And it's all the same load. The same grain weight, 58.4 grains.
58.
But they're set at different lengths now.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the node now, and this is longest to shortest. And these are starting out at 3.180, I think. Yeah, 3.1. That's comparator length, it's not.
Sure. Well, and whatever, you know what it is, and that's what it's gonna be when you set them. It don't make any difference if it said 10 inches.
But what gets me is that ladder load was 10 rounds.
Yeah.
At 75 yards, and literally it's just that.
I know it. I tell you.
It doesn't matter what load I choose. Once I find the depth, it ought to sing. And this should be the area where I'll have the best chance of finding the top sine wave nodes.